Hello and welcome back to Open Wheel Manager 2 Early Access. So, I did some research since the last recording and learned a little bit more about the game, the ins and outs, okay? Because I did feel like I'm missing a few things. And one of the things that I learned, and so here's what I did. I'll be fully transparent. So I started a different save where I basically just simulated all the races. And I'm like maybe 2 or 3 seasons in, and I really wanted to see like, am I setting myself up for like total failure that's gonna ruin the whole let's play, going in blind, or are there little things I can pick up here and there that would really help augment the let's play, right? Because in one sense, I want this to be enjoyable for you, right? And so if we just totally crash and burn and then we got to start over, that's not really an enjoyable series for all of you. And so part of this is also educational in that we're trying to understand how the game works. So one of the things I noticed that I was not doing in this Let's Play is earlier on, we noticed that I think it was in the last video where I was looking at these, right? And these are all components that you can actually sign up for, right? So you can sign up with a manufacturer for these components. And so there are ones that are better, and there are 3 ways you can do it. So here's what we're gonna do. So we know that our engine is pretty poor, right? And it wasn't just let me take a step back here. It wasn't just looking at whatever's going on in the future in my other save, but look, guys, if you're playing this game, I would highly recommend joining the Discord channel. The devs are super helpful with any of the questions that I have, and other people on there as well. So it's a great community that's building there, and they're able to answer a lot of questions. So I come here, we go to search, right? And so we know that you can search for drivers, staff, engines, suppliers, okay? So here we see that here are the teams that are signed up this season for each engine manufacturer. And we can see the stats for each engine here. And you can quickly see that there's 2 here that kind of rise to the top, right? Enginese and Driveria. Here's the cool thing. You can sign with them to be your manufacturer. And so if we go to Enginese here, you can see that for next season, they do not have a sponsor contract. And so I'm still trying to wrap my head around, a sponsor, a partner, and a client. So the sponsor is the best spot, it seems like, because you don't pay, right? They become your sponsor. So they're providing you free upgrades, and you get the upgrades before the partner and the client contracts. So you want to sign up as a sponsor contract whenever possible. Partner, this is the one I'm a bit confused on. And so if anyone can provide an answer on this in the comments, I would really appreciate it. So a partner also seems like you don't pay, but you do get the next upgrade right after the sponsor. And then the client is more straightforward in that you do have to pay for the upgrades, and you get the upgrades last. Okay, so best spot, worst spot. But I will say this: if you become a client for a really good engine, it's still better than having a really poor engine that we do right now, which I think is like 4442. Okay, so the way you try and become one of these spots is you come here. Let's go back, right? You go to search, go to engines, pick the engine manufacturer, and then we come up here and we want to offer them a contract, and we want them to be our sponsor And so they pay us. And I mean, as long as we can go. And we'll send an offer to them. Okay, so it costs us 3 negotiation points to send an offer. However, they're going to make their decision on week 25. And you can also see that they're in talks with other teams, obviously, because they seem to be the best provider. So what we're going to do is we're also going to send an offer to Driveria here until 99. I mean, as long as we can. I'm going to send an offer there. And whichever one picks us, we'll sign with them. And then from there, we will also go to the suppliers. And we've signed with Larson. And let's see how long the Larson contract is. So it's until the end of 97. So we're okay for this season and next season. So when we get to like the beginning of next season, we definitely want to get new parts here, new providers. So I wonder if we can. No, see, I don't know what these numbers do either. I assume it means months, so that we're able to keep them for that many months. So if we want to switch over mid-season, we can potentially switch. We can do that. I'm not sure exactly. So again, if you do know, please let me know. We also are losing Zelich here. So we have him until the end of the season, and we definitely need to re-sign him. So I'm going to take care of some housekeeping here. And we would definitely want to extend your contract, buddy. And we'll take, I mean, he's a good driver. And we'll give him a nice fat bonus just so he picks us. And he's going to make his decision there. Okay, so what is he on right now? Let's see, what are his contract demands? 319 is his demand. However, I'd like to give him a little bit more. Let's give him a little bit more. And we'll sign him as long as possible. We only have 3 negotiation points left, so let's send him an offer. And then the other thing here is, let's go back actually. Oh, here, let me make the point here. So the Works is the sponsor. So right now we're a client of, who are we with MotorQ. Okay, and so you can see that if you're a sponsor, you have a 5 in the power right now. Whereas we're down here, we have a 2, and they have fuel economy 3 as well. So it kind of trickles down here. So one more thing I want to mention that I learned, which was part of the car. So if we come over here to the CFD, you'll see these parts, okay, that you can upgrade, which are affected by the chassis. And one thing I also learned is that the chassis level kind of determines your speed, okay? So the higher the level, the faster your vehicle is. And you need to make the decisions here. One thing they added since the last video, which I think I not really complained about, but more so like, I was like, well, this would be great to look at, was the setup of each track, so that we can take a look at these and make our decision on the chassis for next season, right? And they added that. Kudos to developers for seeing that and adding that. And I'm not saying it was because of my video, but it's good that we were seeing continual improvement. The devs are really on top of this game. So anyway, coming back to CFD. So these upgrades seem to be permanent, okay? So they don't reset at the end of the season. And so it would be smart for us to kind of slowly upgrade these areas as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take a look at the contracts real quick. Who are we losing? Okay, so we'll sign our driver. We're losing our production engineer. We are losing the engine, but we do have those up. And then we do need to go for sponsors. But the sponsor search, I believe, takes negotiation points. So, excuse me. We're going to have to build that up a little bit because it takes 21 for that to build up. Okay. So let's look for a production designer real quick. Who do we have right now? Mike Brennan. So he's 4 and 5. And the level here determines the chassis level for your designer. Okay, so having a really good designer is going to be important. Now, for the production, I forget what it was. Let's see. Affects the cost of production points for repairs. Oh, I see. Okay, and upgrades, and increase in production points each week. So it's affecting this right here. So the better we have, the more we gain, and also the less we use in the repairs and whatnot. So we do have kind of a middle of the road guy. Let's see if there's anyone available for next team or next season. He's 73. He's probably retiring, right? Yep. So what about Maxim here? Would he be interested? And it looks like he might be interested, but we do not have enough to send an offer. Okay. So we don't have enough to do anything, and we still need one more. And the last thing I'll mention, I know I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm just super excited with like learning all these things. The last thing I'll mention before we head to Spain is these upgrades that you can do with the engine points and also the on-track work points, the on-track for the chassis and engine points for the engine, which extend your green mapping zone. They do reset at the beginning of the season. However, and I would have to confirm this, my guess is that it probably, the better your chassis is or your engine provider is, it might start at a higher level, and then from there you can, you know, upgrade it during the season. And there's probably a sort of like a diminishing return point, which I have not figured out yet. I don't know if anyone has figured out, but we'll kind of keep our eye on that. I'm not too worried about it right now, because we don't even have the car to really, you know, push the higher end of things. So, okay, all right, let's go to the race. All right, cool. Slow corners. We'll take the neutral, and we'll go for reliability. Okay. And what do we want here? We're going to eventually get into the research points. Ooh, the practices on wets. What do we want here is the question. And I think these points also reset, right? So what I've been doing is kind of just focusing on one instead of splitting it out. I'm going to do tire research this round, because I think some of the upgrades on the parts, not simulate, some of the upgrades on the parts require a tire upgrade, or tire points rather. Okay, same setup as usual, the switch. And let's go ahead and start the race. All right, here we go. España.
We're about to get underway. Let's race.
So Korkmaz ahead of Zelich right now. And let's keep an eye on him. And again, Korkmaz with that really low aggression. So not going to be taking a lot of chances. And I'm going to switch this over here so I can keep an eye on this. And again, for me, success here is just finishing the race. He locked the tires, so we're going to need to get off a little bit. Lock the tires again. Come on, man. Still in 15th. Doesn't seem like he's getting any closer. And Zelich has a decent gap right here. You do have the 1st through 7th kind of together. You have the second grouping here and then the rest of the back markers. Korkmaz drops to 16. And he's slightly losing here. Oh, never mind, no. Let's keep an eye on him. See if he's going to make a move here. And again, he doesn't. He's not really looking to make a move. He's getting further out. There's a gap. Sorry. My throat just dried up. I'm not much of a talker, so whenever I get on these, my throat is like, what is going on? You're talking way more than usual. So we're back markers, so I'm just gonna move it forward a little bit and let's get off that so you can. Alright, well, you helped us out. Oh, again, twice. 3 times. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're way out. 23rd. Zelich basically in no man's land. Alone. Korkmaz right behind. Let's switch over and watch this a little bit. Man, Korkmaz would be such a better driver if he had just a couple of points in that aggression slot. And Zelich up to 13 as other teams start to pit. Need to get those temps up. Seconds behind. Wow. Coming on this lap. Lock the tires. Jeez. You're not going for an overtake. Like, what are you doing? Driving like that. Alright. Oh, not that. Let's just turn that off. Stay in the middle. And they're both together again. Friends forever. 18 and 19. The time is going down. Oh, someone went out. 1.8, 1.6. He's coming in hot. Here you go. Let's see if he's going to make a move. Looks like he does. Zelich and Korkmaz. Let's see if Zelich is going to make a move on. Oh, is Korkmaz catching up to him? Oh no, he's way behind. Zelich here. Coming in, okay. Mendez is out. And Zelich is just losing out here. Korkmaz pits. Dropping. Another thing I'm wondering about is what affects your pit speed. I wonder how we can improve that. And Zelich up to 10th. Very interesting, but he's just 28 seconds off. Let's switch over to Korkmaz here. Right behind. No, he's way off. Friends forever, man. They just want to be next to each other.
Hong in second place. Paolo in third position.
Korkmaz here getting lapped at third place. And I suspect the other ones we were watching too, they were getting lapped. And Zelich too here. He's gaining on 13. Oh no. Made a mistake, I'm guessing. Let's see if he'll make a move. Right behind. Just refusing to make a move. Which I don't think he has an issue with aggression or overtaking. Oh. Makes the move. Yep. 1% probability of what? Rain? Ooh, Zelich goes on the outside. Oh, takes the inside. Great move. Now he's leading that pack coming in to really the latter end of this race. And it looks like he's slowly even pulling away from that group. Can he catch 10th here? Will this be the first race, I think, that both drivers finish? I'm trying to remember if any of the other ones we had both drivers finish. Ooh, Zelich with what seems like a mistake. Drops behind the pack. Down to 14th. One away from his buddy, Korkmaz. But unless Tack here crashes out, they're not going to be catching each other. Alright, here we go. Last couple of laps. Zelich now way behind the group. Might even lose out to Tack here. You can make him go easy. Just so you can be next to his friend. That's fine. As long as you don't crash. And look at that. Yeah. 5 drivers out. He's holding it strong, Zelich. Holding that 14th spot very well. It's okay. Just finish. There it is. 14th and 16th. Let's see what our best laps were. 159 to 156. Don Collins, the legend. All right. Definitely need to upgrade that front end. Oh, excuse me. All right. One thing I need to do for sure is our chief designer is no bueno or no good. And so we need to figure out if we can find a decent one that we can afford. Like Colin Lane here, 7. Can we afford until the end of 96? Well, I would be okay with getting rid of Craig. No, how do I get rid of his contract? If I can. I don't think I can. Let's see, contracts. Craig Douglas. We're stuck with him. Now this would be good. I know we can release drivers. I would like to be able to release my designer as well, who, yeah, it's not going to help our next year's car. So it's unfortunate. I would have loved to sign Colin here with the 7, but he's probably going to go somewhere. Okay, well, we'll end it right there. Again, I thank you so much for watching, and please make sure to like and subscribe the video as it really helps the channel, and I will see you all next time.